well rock and roll. I woke up in the morning into my dreaming, longing and I'm yearning, 'cause I got what I'm feeling. The voice on the radio said the world is ending. You wanna hear what I say? Yeah, I'm tired of pretending. Is this all there is? Is this all there is? There must be more than this. If it ain't so, we might as well rock and roll.
Yeah, yes, people, welcome in. How we all doing? Appreciate you here. Another show. We going again. Big up the chat. Big up everyone in the house. Hope you're all doing good. Yeah, a lot of talk today, a lot of discuss on this boiling hot Monday afternoon where I'm absolutely sweating to death and I am drenched. Pause. Loads to talk about today. Loads to talk about. It's going to be a good show because I'm just going to be chatting to you guys in the chat today and getting some things off my chest. Liverpool related stuff. Obviously, we've got transfer news to talk about and all that beautiful stuff as well. So make sure you're hitting the like button on the way in, sharing and subscribing. Appreciate everyone here. I hope you're all doing extremely well on this muggy hot Monday. Big up everyone in the chat, man. I hope you're all doing good, man. Hope you're all doing good. The heat is crazy today. Crazy. It's a hot one out there. Especially for us wimpy UK people. You know what I mean? Guys, don't forget to go and look at my match bingo. The link is in the description. Also, there's a QR code on the screen. Does me a big favour if you guys just check it out. If you don't want to sign up, you don't want to sign up. But please check it out. And it helps me and it supports the channel. And we can maybe go again with this in the future. This is a 1 month deal. But yeah, please go and hit that link and QR code. Check it out. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But it does it helps the channel out massively. So I'd really, really appreciate it. I really would. Oh, right, 113 people already in the house. Make sure we're at least on 50 likes right now, guys. I'd appreciate that as that 50 likes already. Brits aren't made for the heat. It is very true, man. It is very true. It's extremely true. Big up my man Scraps in the house as well. Yeah, let's hit that like button, guys. I want at least 50 likes, 130 people in the house. Let's have 50 likes already. If we get up to 200 people, I want 100 likes. So I'm 1 in 2, guys. A 1 in 2 scenario. Okay, that's what I'm offering you here. A 1 in 2 scenario. A 1 in 2 scenario. Yeah, go 50 likes. Big up chat, man. And once we get the 200 people in the house, I want 100 likes. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. But yeah, big up the chat, man. Oh, right. I'm going to get some things off. I'm literally going to get a lot of things off my chest right now. Right. As the transfer window shut, I need to know, because I don't know if I was asleep last night and I was sleeping, I was in a coma or something, and it's actually now September and my kids should be back in school and all that sort of stuff. So, can anyone in the chat, as the transfer window shut, I need to know. I need to know, as the transfer window shut, because the outrage I'm seeing online today over a draw against Crystal Palace is mad. Big up Daryl for his birthday. And big up Daryl for his birthday yesterday, and obviously the sad news of the 1 year anniversary of his wife passing away. But big up to Daryl anyway. Much love to you, man. Yeah, is the transfer window shut, guys? Have I been asleep for too long? Is the transfer window shut? Because the outrage I'm seeing online today is that it's still open. Yeah, there you go. So the transfer window is still open. Yeah. Transfer window shut, because what I'm seeing online today is that the transfer window shut. Liverpool's squad is fucked. Liverpool can't continue. Liverpool are going to be a top 4 club now. No way we can retain our Premier League title. Blah de blah blah de blah blah de blah. And I was like, oh my word! I had to check I literally had to check my phone. I was looking at my phone. It's like, is it the 1st of September? Have I slept for too long? I know I was really tired yesterday. But if I slept for too long and looked at my phone, it's like, no, it's the 11th of August. I was like, oh, so I've got 3 weeks till the transfer window ends. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Wicked. The outrage is mad. I have never seen anything like it, man. I've never seen anything like it. It is crazy, the reaction I'm seeing online right now. Absolutely crazy. Big up Debbie in the chat. Big up Booger Boy in the chat. Midnight in the chat. Be winning in the chat. Gaz in the chat as well. You're all doing good, guys. Big up James Hardy in the chat as well. Yeah, it's going mental, man. It's going mental online. I've heard people say our squad's worse than last season. I'm like, it drives me crazy. Like, people think our squad is worse than last season. It's mental, absolutely mental. The only thing that's not as good this season is depth, maybe. But our depth weren't great last season either. So, I'm just putting it out there. Our depth weren't actually that good last year either. And our depth is not great now. I'm not going to sit here and disagree with people on that. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, our depth is out of this world. Now, our squad is better, but our depth is pretty much the same. People will keep going on about we haven't got these strikers and blah-de-blah and blah-de-blah. Again, Chiesa never played last season. Darwin hardly played last season. So, yeah, they were part of the squad, but they didn't play. I just think people have gone. I think people are just going over the top, and I'm going to say this, right? I would rather have quality over depth every single day of the week. Now, you guys don't have to agree with me on this, and we don't have to agree with anything, guys. This is just me saying it. I'm not going to get on at anyone who disagrees with me or anything like that, because we're all entitled to our own opinion. I just rather have quality over depth every single day of the week. And what I mean by that is that I don't want people just coming through the door, yeah? Because I've seen it on Twitter. People going mad. Oh, go and get this player, go and get that player. That they've never watched in their life and consider that good depth. Do you know what I mean? Oh, let's go and get this player. Oh, that player. I've heard that player is pretty good. Why don't we go and get him? It's like, have you watched him play? Like, the amount of shit I've been reading this morning is out of this world, man. It's out of this world. So that's what I mean by quality over depth, guys. There's no point getting depth players in, squad players in, that, one, hardly anyone's ever watched and just make up that they've watched, and two, that are no good. What is the point? Like, literally, what is the point? Just to please the fan base. So they're like, oh, we got 8 defenders now. We got 8 centre-backs, but only 3 of them are any good. But we got depth. What's the point of the depth if it's shit? And that is the point I'm trying to make. That is the point I'm trying to make. There's just too many people out there right now who are like, oh, just get so-and-so in. Just go and get so-and-so in. Get that in, get that in, get that in. And it's just mad. Joker, so we've not watched Barcola, Rodrigo, Isak. Did I mention them players? Did I mention Barcola, Rodrigo, Isak? Did I mention anybody by name? No. I'm on about players that people have never bloody heard of in their life and go, oh, bring this player in, bring that player in, bring 8 centre-backs in. As I said, quality over quantity every single day of the week. And that's just me, guys. And look, if it's not you and you just want shitloads of players that are no good, go for it, man. Big up Wayne. Big up Colin, I think I saw in the chat as well. You're doing well, man. You know, I want quality over quantity, guys. If the quality's not there, don't buy them. It's as simple as that. I don't care if our squad's short. You guys can have a go at me all you want about it and say I'm wrong and things like that. But if the quality is not there, don't buy them. I think we can surely agree with that, yeah? I think we surely extremely agree with that. If the quality is not there, you don't buy them, yeah? We can't just buy people for the sake of it. I also think we got a couple of youngsters in our team that are really good. Now, this is the problem. This is the problem with people reacting after games of football, yeah, and blah 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 blah, right? Overreacting on stuff. So in pre-season, everybody said Rio and Leoni need to be part of our first team squad going forward, right? Everyone said they're quality. Leoni's a baller. Rio's a baller. They need to be part of our first team squad going forward, right? So when they're on the bench yesterday, people are going, well, why are they on the bench? We need a stronger bench. But these are players that everyone bigged up in pre-season. And now, because it's not pre-season anymore, people are like, no, I don't want them. I just find it the double standard, man. The double standard sometimes in our fan base is just madness to me. Like, we either rate these players, yeah? We either rate these players or we don't. If we don't rate these players, move them on. I know you didn't intrude on. This is what I'm trying to say, and this is not big. I'm not having to go at anyone in my chat because we're all quite sensible over here. But you know, when you see it online and and stuff like that, and other people talking about it, I look at it and go, like, but we all talked about these guys in pre-season. I know people that big up Leoni and go, he should even be part of the first 11, let alone the squad. Trey should get game time. And then when Trey's on the bench, people go, well, our bench ain't good enough. It's like, but you want, we can't be sitting there going, 1 minute, these players should be part of our squad. If that's part of the squad, guys, that means sometimes they're going to be on the bench, yeah? So if they're on the bench, then we can't criticise our bench when they're on it. It makes no sense. It's double standard. Like, literally makes 0 sense. I don't get it. Look, there's another thing on this as well, that we might rate Rio and Trey, but does Arne slot. And this is the thing I'm going to talk about with buying players this summer, because this is where I'm getting to. Everyone's acting like the summer window is completely shut now and we've got to play with what we got, and that's us dumb. If Trey... I rate Trey. I rate Rio. I think a lot of you guys in the chat big up Trey and big up Rio, yeah? And everyone wants them part of the first team squad. And I'm not hearing this bullshit or people pretending they didn't want them in the first team squad, yeah? Because it's all on tape, right? Everyone wanted them part of the first team squad. The problem is, if the manager don't trust them and doesn't rate them like we rate them, then obviously we need more players. I said this yesterday on Kopish after the game yesterday that Liverpool rate, as a fan base, we rate Trey and Rio. We're all gassing about Rio. Look, all the gassing everyone did about Rio. All the chat about Rio. Here, Rio's got to play instead of Cody Gakpo. I remember the chat, guys. We were talking about it before the Community Shield yesterday. People were talking about, I would play Rio instead of Cody Gakpo. People were talking about this, so stop pretending it never happened. And the problem is, and I spoke about this in Kopish after the game yesterday, Arne Slot, at this moment in time, doesn't trust Rio in big games of football. And it's very evident. It's very evident because Arne Slot obviously took that game yesterday seriously because Rio's played in pretty much every pre-season game, yeah? Rio's played in pretty much every single pre-season game. Yesterday is apparently still pre-season, yeah? It's still a friendly, right? So why did the manager not trust Rio or Trey to come onto the pitch yesterday to play in what was apparently a friendly game? So there's two things. One, Slot saw that game as more important than just a friendly. And two, he's getting his squad ready for the season, which means he's not quite sure if Rio and Trey can handle big-time football yet. Simple as that. He's not sure if they can handle big-time football yet. Important football games when it matters. Do you see what I'm trying to say, guys? The fact that Trey and Rio never came on yesterday and Cody Gakpo played the whole game when he was that shit and we got left-wing depth issues, yeah? This is what I'm trying to say. So when I woke up this morning and I looked at Twitter and the Liverpool fan base were going in a madness saying, oh, we're fucked. Our depth is fucked. Oh, we're going to struggle next season. What a Slot done. I literally thought it was the 1st of September. I literally thought it was the 1st of September. But then I woke up and realised it's the 11th of August and we've got 3 weeks. Now, do we need incomings? Yes, we do. For me, we need a striker, a left winger, and a centre back. All right, they're the 3 positions I will buy this summer. Right. The centre back option, I think we get sorted now. No doubt about that. I think that gets sorted this week, in my opinion. It's definitely especially what I've heard from Crystal Palace today, where Steve Parish has basically said that Gueye can go this summer if the right offer comes in. I see Mark Gueye going. And obviously we've got the Isak stuff to talk about, but we still need a left winger because I rate Rio. If I was manager of Liverpool, I would have played Rio yesterday. I would have taken Cody Gakpo off at half time because he wasn't doing anything. And I'd have played Rio for the second half to see what he can do in a more serious sort of game. But he obviously doesn't trust Rio enough to play him, so we need a left winger quality. And I'm on about quality as well, guys. I don't want players to come in just for the sake of it. Yeah? I don't want players just to come in for the sake of it because we need squad depth. I want quality. Now, what's the quality out there? Liverpool have been linked to Barcola, yeah? We've been linked to Barcola. Liverpool made it apparent that I think it was Paul Joyce who said, yeah, it was Paul Joyce, wasn't it? Paul Joyce said that Liverpool prefer Barcola over Rodrigo. I hear that. It makes more sense for me. I like Rodrigo as well. I think he's a very good player. But I think there might be a bit more to Barcola's game to Rodrigo's right now in the last season and a half. So Liverpool rate Barcola. Let's see what happens there. Centre back option. Liverpool highly rate Mark Gay. They highly rate Leoni from Parma as well. I've said it multiple times now. I would buy 2 centre backs this summer. I'd buy Gueye for this season. I would buy Leoni, loan him back to Parma, and then he comes in next season. Because apparently with Parma are a bit unwilling to let Leoni go because they see him as a first team regular for Parma and they see him as an important player. But they also understand if a team like Liverpool come in for him, they might have no choice but to let him go. But Liverpool could sweeten the pot a little bit by going, you know what, Leoni, you're only 19 years of age. You're not actually going to play that much football for Liverpool this season, especially if we buy Mark Gay. Let him go out on loan. Let Leoni go back on loan to Parma for the year. Sweetens the pot. You might be able to get the transfer a little bit cheaper, and then you go and buy Mark Gay. For me, that's what Liverpool should do in the centre back positions. Because there's no point buying Leoni because he's not going to play any football this summer. He's just not. Virgil Canati and Gay will play most of the games. Endo will probably end up playing the cup games at centre back, in my opinion. So there's no really point getting a Leoni this summer when he's not really going to play. So sweeten the pot a little bit. Sweeten the pot a little bit. Let him go out on loan. So on the attacking front, as I said, I want 2 attackers. I want a striker and a left winger. Obviously, Ekitike I thought was excellent yesterday, and I think Ekitike is going to be a blinding player, like I kept telling people, but everyone told me he was shit because they never watched him. Just watched highlights or the last 10 shots against Bayern Munich or something like that to prove that he was a crap player or something like that. You can tell when you can just tell when a player. You could just tell when a player's decent, man. You could just tell Ekitike is a decent player. But we've got no backup for Ekitike right now, so you do need a striker to come in. And we need a left winger, because for me, the manager at this moment in time, I don't think trusts Rio enough to play him in the first team this season. Yeah, play cup games and stuff like that. I just don't see him playing first team football. So you need to go and buy a left winger. There's no doubt about it. Absolute no doubt about it. We need a left winger. And Barcola would be my choice. Obviously, Liverpool made an approach to Barcola last week, and we'll see how that goes towards the end of the window. Be up on life with the super chat. It says, be up Jamie, the common sense podcaster. I can't believe I'm seeing the slot out, and slot will be found out this season shit on the timeline. It's mad at the moment, man. It's mad. Again, I said it when I woke up today. It was like it was transfer deadline day and we didn't buy any players in, and this is what we got. We've got 3 weeks of window left. Liverpool know they need players, man. Liverpool know they need players. And the thing I like about Barcola is quick and direct. The one thing I say about Cody Gakpo, he isn't direct and he's not quick. If you put Barcola on that left-hand side, then the pace and directness you got from Barcola is completely different to Gakpo. It gives you a different kind of weapon on that left-hand side. And then depth-wise, we're talking good. Big up, we chat football. We're talking good, ain't we? Big up, Manti, a centre-back, a winger and a striker. Exactly. You're on my wavelength, man. Then we're cooking. You know, Barcola first choice, Gakpo second choice, Rio third choice just in case of emergencies. There you go. Then we're cooking. Then we're cooking. It's always slot trusts Rio. If Rio came on, if Rio came on in that Crystal Palace game yesterday, and Slot went, you know what? I just need him to come on because Rio's direct. He's young. He's quick. I'm just going to put him on and see how he copes with the pressure of this game as a test. Because when do you test Rio now? When do you test Rio this season, man? Big up Duffers. When do you actually test Rio this season? Because if it was me, I would have put Rio in yesterday's game to just test him. see what you like at this sort of at how you're going to be in this sort of situation. It's a weird one to me. So we definitely need a left winger for that reason alone. That it looks like Slot doesn't think Rio's quite ready yet. Maybe another year's time. Who else? The striker. Right. We all know Liverpool want as a striker. What's going to happen? This is the issue with our striker. Obviously, we bought Ekatike, which we can tell is a baller. I've actually seen enough from Ekatike that he can play with another striker if that striker comes in. So obviously Liverpool want Alexander Isak. We know it, you know it, the world knows it, yeah? That's what Liverpool are after. Some concerns, though, about this are coming up today, though. I will say there is some slight concerns on this Isak front. I'm still thinking we buy him. I'm not like saying we won't buy him. So Alexander Isak will only consider reigniting at Newcastle or signing a new deal if Liverpool directly inform him a deal is impossible this summer. Isak is waiting to see if Liverpool bid again. The club haven't walked away as it stands, but have no plans to place a second bid unless given clear encouragement from Newcastle. So this is news just coming in right now, guys. This is news coming in right now. Let me bring this up on the screen for you guys. Bring this up on the screen for you guys. So Alexander Isak will only consider re-signing at Newcastle or signing a new deal if Liverpool directly inform him a deal is impossible this summer. Isak is waiting to see if Newcastle bid again. The club haven't walked away as it stands, but have no plans to place a second bid unless given clear encouragement from the Tyneside club. This is a little bit of a worry because this news has come out, which means agents have been talking. It's the only reason this news comes out today, because agents have been talking. Before last week, before the weekend, it was that Isak won't sign any terms with Newcastle stuff ever again. The relationship between Newcastle and Isak is completely broken, and they want to move on from this situation. The fact that these sort of posts are coming out now, and it's not just from Ben Jacobs, it's some similar posts from other reporters as well. It's interesting. The Isak stuff is interesting. Ekatike's promising debut suggests not all roads must lead directly to St James's Park when it comes to Liverpool finding a goal-scoring solutions when beginning their title defence. I knew this would happen. Chris Bascom today for the Liverpool Echo. Ekatike's promising debut suggests not all roads must lead directly to Newcastle when it comes for Liverpool finding a goal-scoring solutions when beginning their title defence. I knew this would happen. I knew when people saw Ekatike being extremely good in pre-season and being very good yesterday and scoring his goal, I knew that we would start to see Liverpool might be thinking to go other positions and pivot away from Alexander Isak. Liverpool have not even gone in for a second bid yet. Yes, we got 3 weeks of the window left. My worry for Liverpool, and reports have been today as well, that Alexander Isak is waiting to see if Liverpool bid again. The Premier League champions haven't walked away as it stands, but have no plans to place a second bid offer unless given clear encouragement from Newcastle. So Liverpool are not going to bid again unless Newcastle tell Liverpool that you can go for that bid. Now, again, Liverpool need. I will say this, yeah. Let me say this to everyone before everyone starts crashing out. We've got 3 weeks left of the window, so we have got time to find a striker alternative in case, right? My worry for Liverpool right now is that there don't seem to be any plan B as a striker. It looks like it's Isak or nothing right now, which is one of my main concerns as a Liverpool fan right now. It does seem to be Isak or nothing. I still think Isak comes to Liverpool. I just think it's going to be done very later in the transfer window. That's how I feel about it. I think I was just on Sam's show a couple of weeks ago, and I said I wouldn't be surprised if we signed Isak around deadline day. And everyone came at me in the chat and was like laughing. Deadline day? We ain't going to buy Isak by deadline day. Got 3 weeks left of the window, guys. How do you feel about that now? Literally got 3 weeks left of the window. If we don't sign him this week, we've got 2 weeks left. If we don't sign him next week, we've got 1 week left. The Premier League season starts this weekend. Liverpool's campaign to defend their Premier League title starts on Friday. Liverpool can't wait around too long. We have got to be responsible here and mature about this, yeah? We've got to be responsible and mature about this, yeah? Liverpool can't sit there and just keep waiting on Isak. Can't be just sitting there waiting on Isak constantly, because before we know it, the transfer window will end and we've got no striker through the door. So Liverpool have got to start getting themselves in line about how they're going to approach the striker market in case Isak doesn't happen this summer. Because even though how good Ekitike is, you still need a backup. Even if Liverpool decide that Ekitike is their number one guy, yeah? If Liverpool decide Ekitike is their number one guy, then Liverpool still need a backup anyway. Because you can't just play Ekitike all season without having a backup in that position. So they're going to need a striker in. My worry at the moment is, though, as a fan, is that it does seem as a striking option, not a winger option, as a striker option, it does seem a little bit Isak or nothing right now. And look, I think we sign Isak for the simple reason is, big up promo, for the simple reason is, I think Nicholas Jackson's going to go to Newcastle, right? That is my thing right now. I've read some reports again today that Nicholas Jackson prefers to move to Newcastle, and it's up to Newcastle to pull the plug on that transfer if they want to. So I still think Isak comes to Liverpool. Yeah, I just think it's going to be. I know Indy put out is it a bomber this morning or last night saying that? I think it was last night saying that Liverpool will bid again in 72 hours. Look, much fair to Indy. They've got nothing. They haven't got much wrong this summer. They haven't got a lot wrong this summer, as Indy Kaler and his crew. I'm hoping that's true. But I'm looking at the striking options out there. Sesko's gone to Man United. Cunha and Mbeumo have gone to Man United. Pedro's gone to Chelsea. Delap's gone to Chelsea. Man City have got Mamouche and Haaland. Look like they're going for Rodrigo. There's not a lot of quality out there. There's not a lot of quality out there. Midnight's Toker makes a good point there. Jamie Liverpool won't move for another striker if they know Isak's not coming. Trust in using Edwards, guys. Stop biting at the media PR being spun by Newcastle. Isak's coming at the club. I think Isak still joins, guys. I'm not saying Isak won't join. All I'm saying is you have to work on the possibility that it doesn't happen, and you have to move on and find something else. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying on that situation. So don't get me wrong, man. Don't get what I'm saying wrong, guys. As I said, I think Alexander Isak still comes to Liverpool. All what I'm saying is you still have to work on the assumption if he doesn't, then you've got to find some other kind of solution that is going to come to Liverpool instead. That's all I'm putting out there. And at the moment, online from reporters, we're not really seeing any other solution apart from Isak so far in that striker department. That's all I'm saying there. But for me, Isak joins Liverpool. I just think as soon as Newcastle buy a striker, I think Liverpool make a play. I think Liverpool make a play. I really do. I think they go and they get Alexander Isak. Now, the centre back positions are a little bit different. Liverpool highly rate Mark Guéhi. I believe Steve Parish, the Daily Palace owner, says they're willing to listen to offers now this summer for Mark Guéhi. They understand that he's not going to sign a new contract. He wants to move on with his career and the possibility of moving him on. I think Liverpool will buy Mark Guéhi. I actually think Liverpool might put a bid in for him this week. I think Liverpool might be putting a bid in for Guéhi this week. That wouldn't surprise me. I know a lot of people are making out the thing that Arne Slot shook Mark Guéhi's hand yesterday in the tunnel. That could be two things. It could be one, he's the Crystal Palace captain and he's at the front of the queue. Just putting it out there. He's shaking the captain's hand, who's at the front of the line in the dugout alongside Virgil. It could be that, or it could be like, yeah, I'll see you in a couple of days when we buy a sort of handshake. Do you know what I mean? But for me, I think he just shook his hand because he's the captain of Crystal Palace and he's right at the front of the bloody line coming out of the dugout. That's personally why I think he shook his hand, in my opinion. I would go and I like Mark Guéhi. Again, people saw yesterday how good of a player Mark Guéhi is. I think we all saw it yesterday. His positional sense as a centre back, his defending of a centre back. Don't be stupid, Jamie. That's outrageous. What's outrageous, Gustav? I don't know if you're joking there, but or being sarcastic, but I'm not sure what you mean by it, Gustav. Big up, man. Is that about the shaking the captain's hand? Someone go and check if he shook Kamara's hand in the pit. Do you know what I mean? I think we make too much out of things sometimes, don't we? Mark Guéhi's quality player, though. You saw it yesterday, guys. This is what I keep telling you. How disciplined he is at the back, his positional sense, his quality on the ball. His quality of the ball is second rate. For me, I actually think he's the best passer of the ball of the centre-back in the league. He's got everything in his locker, man. Yeah, the shaking hand. I thought it was Gustav. Because he didn't put like a smiley face at the end, I was a bit confused, but I thought it was the shaking hands thing. Leo, I'm going to star your question, Leo, and I'll answer it in a minute, my friend. And then his super chat's off starred, guys, so I'll read the supers in a minute. Yeah, Guéhi's quality, man. I keep telling people, man, he's a big up spider in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. He's the best passer of a ball from a centre-back position. He's got the short pass, long pass. He passes it into feet. He passes through the lines as well. I just think he's a fabulous defender. He's probably one of the better centre-backs in the country by a country mile for me. We get Guéhi, That's quality in depth. That's what I talk about. Don't just get depth for the sake of it. Get quality. Quality over depth every time of the week. And if you get Mark Gay in, that's quality. Virgil Canati Gay, quality. You know? Yeah, Morello from Forest is good as well, but I don't think he's as good as Mark Gay. Remember, Mark Gay can play as a defensive midfielder as well because he's so good on the ball. Yeah, Stones. Yeah, Stones is up there, but Stones is shit right now, ain't he? So I'm going to take him out of the equation. I'm going to take Stones out of the equation right now just because he's never fit. The only downside is Gay with his height. Yeah, but he doesn't lose a lot of aerial battles, you know. Mark Gay doesn't lose a lot of aerial battles, you know. Yeah, I like Mark Gay, man. I think he's got a lot in his locker. He's got a lot in his locker. And Trudon, you're right with Virgil. That's why I keep linking. That's why I keep sort of like linking Gay to Virgil in that way. You know, the leadership, the passing ability, the dominance of his area of the pitch, that kind of thing. How comfortable he is at defending. That's what I've always linked the two, always. But I got called a fraud for doing that. So I like Mark Gay, man. Get Mark Gay in. You got quality there now. Cresswell. I haven't really seen this Cresswell play, to be fair, my man. I haven't really seen Cresswell play a lot, so I can't really give you an honest answer on that, man. Can't really give you an honest answer on that. About three system players is so. Yeah, but Gay can play in about two, Russell. Come on, man. We know that. We know that. We might even play a back three. Who knows? Might help us up in that defensive situation. But yeah, that's what I would go with. Get Gay in, quality there. Cresswell, I've not seen a lot of him, if anything, to be absolutely fair. So I can't really give you any information on Cresswell. With Leoni as well. Again, I've only seen a little bit of Leoni. I've actually gone and watched Leoni a little bit since we've been linked with him heavily, and I like what I see from him. He's aggressive. He's tall. He's good in the air. He's quick. There's a lot I like about Leoni of the little things I have seen of him. But I can't really judge him fully, man. Trusting Fenway Sanderson group, Jamie. Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. So it's not a lot I can really go on at this moment in time. But yeah, Gay, Isak, and a quality left winger, and I think we're fine. I think we're absolutely fine. Are we going to be short in some areas, maybe in midfield? Yeah. But as I keep saying, sometimes you don't have the perfect squad, man. You don't have the perfect squad, and there's no such thing. You know, people are short in all positions sometimes. Look, Chelsea have got about 27 defenders. Chelsea have got about 27 defenders, guys, but they're still trying to buy another defender to replace Carwell because of his injury. If all the defenders they had were that good, they wouldn't have to buy another one, would they? And this is why I keep telling everyone, quality over quantity. As I keep saying, if all these players and defenders that Chelsea have got at their football club were that good, they wouldn't need to go in the market to buy another one, would they? Because they're not good enough. Quality over quantity, guys, every single day of the week. Every single day, man. Yeah, I think if Liverpool buy Mark Gay, I agree with Luke in the chat. I think if Liverpool buy Mark Gay, I think Mark Gay will be Virgil's replacement in a couple of years' time. I agree. Tina says faults on wingers, Jane. Liverpool don't want to block Rio's pathway. I hear that a lot. That they don't want to block Rio's pathway. But again, if that's the case, why didn't Rio come on yesterday? Rio's played in every pre-season game. I don't think, question me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't think Arne Slot saw yesterday's game as a pre-season game. I think Arne Slot saw yesterday's game as a proper competitive game of football. I honestly do. Because I don't think Trey came on the pitch. I don't think Rio came on the pitch. I don't think he brought any youngsters on. I think he just brought the experienced players on, if I'm correct, as substitutes. I think he brought all the experienced players on, all the players that have been there and done it. So if we are concerned about if we are worried about blocking Rio's pathway, why didn't Rio play yesterday? You know what I'm saying? Rio didn't play yesterday. For me, Slot saw yesterday's game as a competitive football match and not a friendly. Because the substitutions yesterday were all experienced players, all been there and done it players. Didn't bring any youth on. That's why I keep saying this bollocks about pathways and shit like that. Don't get it, man. I just don't get it, man. Big up Joshua Harvey in the chat, my man. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, left winger, striker, and centre back. Like in life, Jamie, quality over quantity. Definitely. Definitely, my friend, definitely. Right. I need to talk about this, and I think we all have to have a real discussion about this now and just admit the truth, yeah? I think we just all need to admit the truth to one another and just end this discussion once and for all. Ryan Gravenberch is a defensive midfielder. There you go. I think we just have to rip the Band-Aid off and just admit the truth, yeah? Ryan Gravenberch is a defensive midfielder. When he doesn't play, we struggle. People might not like to hear this because everyone wants a believer or that kind of defensive midfielder. Ryan Gravenberch is a defensive midfielder. If you go and look at Ryan Gravenberch's stats last season, it will show you how important he is at breaking up possession and attacks in midfield. He does it all the time. He does it all the time. Oh, yeah, it was, man. Trust me. Trust me, amateur. It was, man. People keep questioning that. People keep telling me on Twitter all the time that he's not a DM. He's not a DM. We need a DM. People keep telling me this all the time. We missed him badly, man. We missed him badly yesterday. He's quality. He's absolutely quality. I'm not saying we are in the chat, man. I'm not saying we are in the chat. If you go and look at some Liverpool content creators, go on their channels, look at Twitter and all that, they will tell you that Gravenberch is not a DM. There's some people, I won't mention their names in the chat, not here right now, that don't think he's a defensive midfielder. If you look at if you look at what he does, Gravenberch, it's not always eye-catching, but you realise when he's not playing how important he is. And that's how good Ryan Gravenberch is. He's not an eye-catching footballer on the eye where people go, oh, shit, man. Yeah, I agree, Leo. That's how I've always mentioned him. Big up, man. But missing him yesterday was huge. Like, if you go and look at Gravenberch's stats, man, go and look at his stats. He breaks up so many things in midfield from counter attacks. He's the one who breaks everything up in that midfield area. He's the one that brings calmness to that midfield area. We struggle, like my man Taylor there says, we struggle to build up from midfield without a Gravenberch in there as well. Gravenberch is extremely important. Look, he weren't always a defensive midfielder. Arne Slot has made him one, right? And if you look at a lot of his attributes in this Liverpool team, Gravenberch is a defensive midfielder. And like Liao says there as well, he's not that other kind of defensive midfielder like a Casado, Bilaba or anything like that. But he is a defensive midfielder. He's more of a ball playing defensive midfielder. But what I love about his game is the fact that he does read danger. He does cut out a lot of counter attacks. Who else makes fouls in the midfield? Like no one. Gravenberch makes a lot of fouls in the midfield. That's why he gets booked a lot. You know, that's what he does. We missed him badly. Badly. And everyone in the chat is right, man. Everyone, RJ saying Gravenberch sent me to a DM. He did his job very well last season, but still not an actual DM. He is an actual DM. He's a new breed of defensive midfielder. He's a new breed of defensive midfielder. He's just a different kind of player. But you can see when he doesn't play how shit we are in midfield. Yeah, forget about your McAllisters. Forget about your Szoboszlais. Forget about your Endos, your Curtis Jones, your Verts. All them guys in midfield, yeah? Yeah, he's not a destroyer exactly. But look how important he is at interrupting. He makes, do you know how many interceptions? I think he was like second for interceptions in midfield last season for a defensive midfielder. His reading of the game in midfield is very good as well. He breaks transitions up. He's just important in what we want to do as a midfielder. My worry is that we haven't got a backup for Gravenberch. That's my worry right now. My worry is after watching that game, Szoboszlai can't play there. McAllister can't play there. McAllister's the only one who can sort of play there, but Curtis Jones definitely can't play there. Curtis Jones played the number 6 yesterday. I've seen some people saying Szoboszlai played the number 6 yesterday. He didn't. He was the most advanced midfielder, apart from Verts. Curtis Jones played the deepest. Curtis Jones played the Gravenberch role yesterday. It was Curtis Jones who was splitting the two centre-backs and playing the deepest. Curtis Jones can't play it. Szoboszlai can't play it. McAllister maybe can because of the way he plays. And Endo can obviously play it, but it looks like the manager likes to play Endo more, maybe as a centre back at times. And with Trey Leoni, I think Trey Leoni is like Gravenberch light. If you look at the way Trey Leoni plays, he's like a Ryan Gravenberch kind of player. But I don't know if Slot trusts Trey Leoni to play in big games of football if Gravenberch ain't fit. So we need a DM in that position that can come in if Gravenberch ain't available. So I agree with everyone in the chat who's saying we need a Gravenberch, a backup to Gravenberch, and you're all correct. I just don't think we're going to do it this summer. I just don't think we're going to do it this summer. That's all, guys. I think we're going to look at buying centre-backs, a striker, and maybe a winger, and then that's our summer done, which, by the way, I'll be over the moon with because that's one of the best transfer windows of all time if we get them 3 players that we mentioned today. But, you know, Stefan Bajcetic he's never fit. So, look, Stefan might be the one, yeah? He might be the best backup we can go and get right now. The problem is he's never fit. And that's the issue. If he was more fit all the time and active, I think we go and get him personally. Like, he'd be the backup. But at this moment in time, I don't know what we're going to do in that DM area. How Liverpool go play in that midfield area when Ryan Gravenberch does need to be rotated and rested. We'll have to see as the season goes on. But I'm not going to sit here worrying about it right now because at this moment in time, for me, there's nothing to worry about. But yeah, I think yesterday just showed how important Ryan Gravenberch is to our team being at Carmino. Right, I'm going to say this as well. And you guys can, if a Sam's live late, you can go and tell a Sam that I was wrong. Yeah. So obviously you guys know I'm always on that Dominic Szoboszlai train. I rate Dominic Szoboszlai maybe more than a lot of other players do. You know, a lot of other players, a lot of other people don't like Dominic Szoboszlai. I actually don't mind Dominic Szoboszlai. I do think Dominic Szoboszlai, even when he plays well, people will still criticise him in his performances. Like, oh, we gave the ball away twice. Like, that's a problem. I always thought Dominic Szoboszlai was our most important midfielder. I'm now wrong. And I can admit when I'm wrong, yeah? There's a lot of people in this world that can't write, and they're stubborn bastards, and they will just carry on. I'm not stubborn at all. I rate Dominic Szoboszlai, and I think Dominic Szoboszlai is very important to our team. I don't think he's our most important midfielder now. I actually think our most important midfielder, after watching yesterday's game, is Ryan Gravenberch. By a country mile. By a country mile. I think Ryan Gravenberch is far and away our most important player, because our midfield, I don't think, works without Ryan Gravenberch. I think McAllister's up there, don't get me wrong, but I still think McAllister needs Ryan Gravenberch next to him to perform at his best. I think it is very evident from yesterday's game, man. Ryan Gravenberch is our most important midfielder by a country mile. And I know people probably won't agree with that, and they still think it might be McAllister or someone like that. And I'm not going to disagree with the McAllister stuff. I think McAllister's a wonderful player, wonderful, wonderful talent. But I don't think McAllister works as well without a Ryan Gravenberch either. You know, I remember when we first signed McAllister, and McAllister was in the midfield with Szoboszlai and who else was it? Can't remember who else it was now. And he didn't quite click, and a lot of people were moaning about he's playing too deep and that he's not really a DM, which he's not. But once you put Ryan Gravenberch next to McAllister, McAllister brings everything to life. But without Gravenberch, I don't think McAllister can do what he needs to do without Gravenberch on the pitch, if that makes sense. Does anyone think do you guys think in the chat McAllister is still as McAllister can do what he does if he's got Szoboszlai next to him, or he would be better if he had Gravenberch next to him? Honestly, who's McAllister's best partner in midfield? Is it Szoboszlai or Gravenberch in a double pivot? Does McAllister perform at his absolute best next to Szoboszlai, or does McAllister perform at his absolute best next to Gravenberch? I'm telling you, Gravenberch is so. Gravenberch needs. McAllister needs Gravenberch. Gravenberch needs McAllister, if that makes sense. Our best midfield right now, for best balance in our team right now, tell me if I'm wrong here. I think the best balance in our midfield in the next few games is Gravenberch, McAllister and Wirtz. I think that gives us the best balance in the next 3 games. I think that gives us our best defensive balance. I think gives you a bit more control in midfield. I think Gravenberch and McAllister give you more control in that double pivot area than, you know, Gravenberch or Szoboszlai and McAllister. I think you get more control in that midfield area. I love Szoboszlai, by the way. I absolutely love Szoboszlai. But what Szoboszlai is best at is breaking the lines with his running without the ball. So when you do that, you leave gaps in your midfield, yeah? McAllister and Szoboszlai don't really do that. McAllister and Gravenberch don't really do that. Gravenberch and McAllister will sit there a little bit more, a little bit deeper, and be a little bit more patient with it, and won't get themselves exposed a lot of the times. Where Szoboszlai, it's just in him to do it. It's not a disrespect to Szoboszlai. I think Szoboszlai is a wonderful talent, as you guys know. I'd have him in most of my Liverpool teams, but Szoboszlai does like leaving his position. You know, Szoboszlai does like leaving his position a lot with his ability to run off the ball, and he's a ball running, and getting into the opposition box and around that number 10 area, which can leave a gap in midfield. McAllister and Gravenberch, I think, are a bit more disciplined in their midfield play, and because they're more disciplined in their midfield play, you don't have you won't you'll have a bit more defensive structure in your midfield. So going back to yesterday's game, when your two best midfielders are not actually playing in the positions that they're meant to play in, you're going to get a little bit more exposed in midfield than usual. But if you're playing a fit Gravenberch and a McAllister in that double pivot area, you're going to get more control in midfield, which means if you're getting more control in midfield, you're going to be defensively a little bit better in midfield than you are if it's Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai. And this is another thing we've got to remember about yesterday's game. Our double pivot was Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones. That was our double pivot yesterday. And in the first half, I don't actually think they got that overworked. I think they controlled a lot of that first half. The second half was a different question. But in the first half, if you actually take away Virgil van Dijk's mistake, right, which not a lot of people are talking about because for some reason you're not allowed to talk about a Virgil van Dijk mistake without people doing their heads in. Virgil van Dijk cost us Liverpool yesterday. Like it or not, guys, it's the truth, yeah? Doesn't mean he's going to cost us all season. He just had a bad game. You take Virgil's mistakes out of it, Liverpool probably don't concede a goal, and Liverpool win the Community Shield, and we're probably not all having this chat right now. Do you know what I'm saying? But you put Gravenberch and McAllister in that midfield pivot, you put Wirtz in the 10, straight away it has more control. It has more control in midfield, and it's defensively a better structure straight away. So that for me, we got to look at things a bit more heads on sometimes. Crystal Palace played their first 11. Crystal Palace played their strongest 11. Kamada and Walton, Eze, Mateta played their first 11. Crystal Palace had their first actual 11 on the pitch. Liverpool didn't. It's as simple as that. And if it weren't for Virgil van Dijk's, especially the first mistake, we're probably winning that game of football without even our first 11 starting that game. So when people are reacting to this game yesterday and going a little bit over the top about it, we've got to look at it properly. As I said, Palace had their first 11 out. They had their preferred midfield three. They had the defensive shape about him at Glasner. And it's the same team. No new transfers. Liverpool had 4 new players on the pitch? Ekitike, Frimpong, Kirkes and Wirtz. They had 4 new players on the pitch, Liverpool, in their first 11, adapting to the way we play. We never had our best midfield out there. It was Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai in the double pivot, not Gravenberch and McAllister. And we were coasting in that game until our leader and captain, unfortunate for him, made a very rare mistake and gave away a penalty. And then for the second goal, was pushing up far too high for no reason and got caught out of position. If our captain and leader doesn't do that, then we win that game. It's as simple as that without our first 11. So I think everyone's gone a little bit over the top about yesterday's game. Even me in some circumstances, because I reacted too quickly after the game finished. Sometimes we have to take a breath, have a break for a few hours, come back to it and then talk about it. And now for me, I might have overreacted myself yesterday, but looking back on the game, sleeping on it, looking back on the game, looking at the circumstances of the game, Liverpool would have won that game if the captain didn't make mistakes. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. But there was a lot to like yesterday, man. Big up, Barbara. There was a lot to like yesterday. A lot to like. I like some of the patterns of play that first half between Wirtz and Ekitike. They got nice link-up play already. Lovely link-up play already. Lord Havertz says, just except your defence is washed. Lord Havertz, Arsenal had a better defence than us last season and you still didn't win the league, my friend. So our defences are important as you're making it out to be. It's mad that Arsenal fans come on Liverpool channels, ain't it? It's like they're not quite as confident as they should be. Do you know what I mean? I always find that funny. I always find that funny, man. How Arsenal fans come on the Liverpool channel to talk about our apparent badness because they beat Bilbao. This is what I get sick and tired with Arsenal fans, yeah? Arsenal fans will tell you pre-season results don't matter, right? So when Arsenal lost to Tottenham, and then when Arsenal lost to... who is it they lost to the other day? So Arsenal lost to Tottenham and Arsenal lost to Villarreal, yeah? 2 games they lost, right? Back-to-back in friendlies, yeah? Arsenal fans came out and told us pre-season games don't matter. It's just about getting fitness and working on things. And then they beat Bilbao in their last friendly, and all of a sudden, we're back. Arsenal are back. Yoker has opened up his scoring account. Look at the way we play. Zubimendi's a legend. You guys are all in trouble next season. But the last 2 games before that apparently didn't matter. And now, a charity shield, according to Arsenal fans, is a friendly that Liverpool drew and lost on penalties. But apparently it matters now. Do you see what I mean about football fans, guys? That's why Arsenal fans in Liverpool chat today. Because they're trying to hold something over us. It's pathetic. You know what I mean? It's absolutely pathetic. Someone called themselves Lord Havertz. Yeah? Lord Havertz. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, man. Let that sink in. But yeah, the game yesterday, guys. Look back at the game yesterday in a bit of hindsight. Liverpool didn't have their first choice midfield out. Palace had their first choice 11 out with no new transfers, so everyone was on key, knew how to play. Liverpool had 4 new players out on the pitch, didn't have their first choice midfield. Yeah. And if it weren't for Virgil's mistake, Liverpool are winning the Charity Shield comfortably. So I think people were taking yesterday's game very much out of context, very much over the top, and getting too worried about things right now. But big up chat, man. We've got 436 people live with us right now. You guys are amazing as always. Guys, don't forget to go and check out Match Bingo. They are proud sponsors of the Jamie Phillips Football Chats channel for the month of August. There's a link in the description. If you've not seen it already, it'll be highlighted up in the description. It should be highlighted in blue in the description. Press on that link. Go and check it out. Waiting for you when you press that link. If you want to play anything on Match Bingo, go and check it out. Your card will last you for 2 weeks. You get £10 free when you deposit £5, guys. Make sure you are 18 and plus, and it's UK only, guys. UK only. Please make sure you're 18 plus. If you deposit £5, you will get £10 free. It's like anything with bingo, football related. A line wins you money, 2 lines win you money, a full house wins you money. And it's just not football as well. You can use it for cricket and darts as well. It's great, man. You get a card at 15 random events of a live football game, free kick, corners, goals, etc. And watch them automatically be marked off as the game unfolds. Once you get a line or a 2 line or a full house, you'll automatically win money. Again, guys, go and hit the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. When you deposit £5, you get £10 absolutely free. UK only, 18 plus only. That is one way you can support the channel. I appreciate it, guys. If you can support the channel like that, it makes the channel, it makes my channel grow, guys, like you wouldn't believe. And the more Match Bingo sponsors my channel, the more I can develop the channel to go where I want it to go as well, and make it bigger and better for your viewing pleasure as well, guys. So hit the link, hit the description, hit the QR code on the screen. Check it out, guys. I'd appreciate it. Also, can we get we're over 200 likes. We've got 400 people in the house. make sure we're hitting the likes, guys. I do appreciate it. And now for me rabbiting on there. If we sign Guay and Leoni, our defensive problem is solved. Exactly. This is why I keep saying people going crazy, because everyone's acting like the transfer window shut today when we still got 3 weeks of the transfer window. I don't think the opening couple of games of the Premier League is going to be a worry, but we should be beating Bournemouth. For me, we should be beating Arsenal and Newcastle in our first 3 games. I don't think it's much of a worry as people are making out. Yeah, smash lights, man. Big up, my man Red, as always, as well. Let me read out a few supers I got as well. I read out upon life earlier as well. Big up, Tyre says Gakpo is quick. He's just too predictable. He's quick in a way where he gets away from a player, but he's not explosive. If that makes sense. We need him to be a bit more like Barcola's explosive. Big up Eddie says this is brilliant news for me. Eddie's not really wanting Isak at the club. Big up Eddie. Leo as well says, Jamie, are you worried about of yesterday's game? I remember I wanted to message, save that message for him. No, I'm not. As I explained already in the show, Palace went with their first 11, no new signings. Everyone knows what each other's doing. They know what the manager wants from them. They're settled. It's a settled team. Liverpool had 4 new players playing. And yeah, I'm fine with it, man. I'm fine with it. 4 new players playing, and we didn't have our first choice midfield out there. So yeah, I was cool, man. I was cool. Big up Tyres. Will says we already have a backup forward. Will Wright. Big up Will Wright always, man. Big up Will Wright. Man, you're offering 112 million for Baleba. Is that breaking news? Is it? Let me have a look. Let me have a look. Is that breaking there? Is it? Let me have a look here. I haven't seen anything yet, but I'll keep an eye on it. Why is my DM saying I've got a DM, but then I can't find the DM? Oh, there you go, Ali. But yeah, Ali sent me this. This might be something I've already read. Regarding Liverpool's first bid, Newcastle called up Liverpool and said we should have a conversation because they realised that Alexander Isak was trying to force his way out, and that's why Liverpool were then surprised when the bid was rejected so quickly at 110 million. Isak will not engage with Newcastle over a new contract until Liverpool tell him directly that the deal's not going to happen, reports Ben Jacobs. Big up Ali with the super up. Much love to you. With the DM, man. Much love to you, man. There is one thing I've got to say about Virgil as well, quickly. Apparently, he was suffering from tonsillitis. So I'm going to give Virgil the benefit of the doubt. And I think it's fair to give I think it's very fair to give Virgil the benefit of the doubt. Look how great he's been for Liverpool. So if he was suffering from tonsillitis, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. But again, look, he did cost us the game yesterday with his defending. I thought Kanate was actually really good yesterday. Big up Kanate, man. Let me know, guys, what did you think of Kanate yesterday? I thought Kanate was excellent. I thought Kanate was mopping up a lot defensively. I thought Kanate was really good. What did you guys think of Kanate yesterday, man? What did you guys think of Kanate yesterday? I thought he was decent, man. Thought they were decent. Thought they were decent myself. Especially Kanate. Yeah, sort of defense. Big up UK beats, man. Yeah, well, let me guys know what did you think on Yeah, Kanate was good, man. I don't think anyone thought Kanate was rubbish, did they? I didn't hear anyone yesterday say Kanate was rubbish. Did you guys hear anything? I think Kanate was very good today. Very good yesterday. Put in a very good shift, man. Yeah, Kanate was good yesterday, man. Yeah, Curtis Jones. Yeah, he weren't good yesterday at all. Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai as a pairing just not work. It don't work at all. At all. Big up Abdul. Yeah, they weren't. They're not a good pairing at all. I agree with everyone in the chat there. Not don't make sense pairing them together at all. But yeah, I'm going to take yesterday's game out of it. It is what it is. We drew the game, lost on penalties. There was good parts of the game though. There was stuff in the game that I absolutely loved. You know, big up man. There was a lot of the game that I loved yesterday, and you know the patterns of play, the speed that we play at times. I thought yesterday on the stream, lads was saying he was awful. Who was awful? What, Kanate? I thought Kanate was good yesterday. Is that who was saying that? Tina, who was saying that? I thought Kanate was good. I usually, you know, I'm very quick to slag Kanate off, but yeah. Do you know this is the maddest stat of yesterday? This is the maddest stat of yesterday's game, guys. Curtis had 53 out of 53 pass completion. Can anyone remember Curtis making a pass yesterday, though? This stat blew my mind. Me and Drifty were talking about it yesterday as well. I can't remember Curtis even playing a pass yesterday, but yeah, 53 out of 53 pass completion. It was a mad stat, man. Also, then passes might have been like 2-yard passes to him and Virgil. Now, him and Virgil were playing very close next to each other because Curtis was the deepest. Curtis was playing the DM role. He's playing the Gravenberch role where he was the deepest. So it's just maybe it was just little 2-yard passes, but it's a crazy stat, that man. Yeah, I'm with you, UK Beats. I'm with you, man. All right, big up Tina. No, Kanate was good, man. Yeah, I'm with you, UK Beats, man. I agree. With Grav and Mac will be much better. Don't worry, guys. Szoboszlai will be Grav's backup. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Yeah, it cycles to passing. I remember him dribbling into corners. 85% of them passes were backwards. That's the thing, man. Be up, Spider. Big up, man. Yeah, I honestly think we win comfortably yesterday if McAllister and Gravenberch were playing. I actually think we win comfortably, man. Really comfortably. And then you got more on the bench. So if McAllister and Gravenberch started yesterday, you got your bench is better because you got Szoboszlai on the bench and McAllister and Curtis on the bench. So straight away your bench is also better as well. I think we got to remember that yesterday's game didn't have our two best midfielders in the team. So you take them out, you are going to be a little bit weaker for it, especially in defensive areas and controlling of midfield. So, but there was a lot of attacking play that I really rated yesterday. You know, Frimpong's ability to get up and down that pitch, I think, is fantastic. I actually think Frimpong defended pretty well yesterday as well. You know, a lot of people talk about his defending at times, but I actually think his defending was pretty good yesterday. I think his ability to get forward very quick as well with his pace and attack fullbacks is excellent. You know, obviously his goal was meant to be a cross. We all know that. No one's trying to score from that angle. No one in the world literally tries to score from that angle. He's just dinking it to the far post, hoping someone gets on the end of it. But the ball swerved a little bit and gone into the net. So, yeah, there's no way he tried to score from there. That's mental. He's just tried to cross it to the back post, but it is what it is. Big up to Frimpong. But the ability to get into that position in the first place is what people should be chatting about, not just the goal. The ability of Frimpong to get into that position to do that in the first place is amazing. So, and as my man Josh says in the chat, his recovery pace is excellent. And I really rate his recovery pace. You know, you don't always have to win the ball with recovery pace as a right back. Just getting back into position is enough. What is that vibrating? Yeah, just for recovery pace is enough. 1 minute, guys. This ain't vibrating. I'll be right back. Don't be rude. You guys, why is my razor on? You turn my razor on. It's all right. Before anyone comes up with some sick jokes, the vibrating was my razor. Before anyone goes mad, the vibrating was my razor. It was going mad in the bathroom. Before anyone comes with the jokes. Yeah, his recovery pace is excellent, man. It was that. It was this. Honestly, look. One of the kids must have turned it on in the bathroom. Don't come with your sick jokes. Don't. Look, there you go. Look. Luke, I expect so much better from you. Oh, I can't say anything to you guys, can I? Oh dear. I thought, yeah, some of our link-up play was excellent yesterday. Frimpong's ability. Yeah, it is a posh-looking razor, ain't it? Our ability to get Frimpong's a bit likely story. Frimpong's ability to get to the byline and get them crosses in is beautiful. Ekatike and PG sins. Ekatike and oh god, no, not with the pegging stuff, man. Ekatike and Vertz's link-up play was excellent yesterday. Yeah, it's excellent. You sure it was just your razor? Jesus Christ. I'll go ignore you guys. Yeah, the link-up play yesterday was fantastic between Vertz and Ekatike. You can tell Ekatike is a player. You can tell Ekatike is a great player, man. His touch is excellent. His first touch is fantastic. His strength and pace is fantastic. That goal yesterday was great. You can tell he's a good goal scorer because he passed it into the net. He didn't like smash the ball like someone would. He actually passed it into the corner of the net. It was a beautiful finish by Ekatike. You can tell he's a good player. Fantastic talent. And he's going to be good for us in the years to come, man. I really believe that he's going to be a diamond for us. Who else? What? That's outrageous. It's okay. I will never forget. What's that, RSL? What's that? What happened there? Yeah, Kirkes was good yesterday, man. I think Kirkes was excellent yesterday. I thought actually Robbo was good when he came on as well. I think Robbo put the two best passes into the box from any fullback yesterday as well. Big up Robbo. Yeah, I just think Liverpool played well in a lot of parts of that game yesterday as an attacking team. Defensively, look, Arnold Slott's got to sort it out. LFC monster, no, man. No. Did he? Yeah, Katia could have gave a couple more. He certainly could have. Yeah, defensively, Slot has to sort something out. There's no doubt about it. You know, you can't let teams keep... Look, teams are going to have chances against every team. You know, there's not a game that's ever been played really where teams don't get chances against another team. That is life. That happens. It's football. But we got to be better at stop giving too much away. You know, limiting. If we can take 50% of the chances teams have against us away, we're going to be absolutely fine. And I think that's what Slot needs to work out how to do. And yeah, it's interesting. Does a TK play off the left if that comes? I think Slot might try it, Yeah, I think he might try it. Said someone mentioned they clipped it. Oh man, RSL man, that's hilarious. So yeah, big Yuri, how you doing, man? The Razor has made me lose my train of thought. There's no doubt about it because everyone's saying bullshit. Oh dearie, me. You guys get me every time. But big up the chat, man. Look, yesterday's game is yesterday's game, man. Yesterday's game is yesterday's game. We didn't have our full strength team out there. We had 4 new players on the pitch. Crystal Palace had their first 11. Knew everything was in sync. If it weren't for Virgil's mistake, Liverpool win the Community Shield. I'm cool. I think we can tell Gravenberch is important to our team. For me now, I'll go back on everything. Gravenberch is Liverpool's most important midfielder right now, if we want to get the best out of everyone on the pitch. Transfer-wise, guys, we've got 3 weeks to the transfer window. Don't panic just yet, man. No one panic just yet. We got 3 weeks left of the transfer window. Liverpool will get players in. Man. Don't worry about it. But the players that have got in so far are fucking quality and legit. And I love them. We're going to be fine, guys. Look, if we don't get all the players in that we think we need by the 1st of September, we can sit here and have another conversation. So, yeah, we'll talk about it then. But for now, I'm quite okay. I'm quite content. I'm looking forward to Friday, where Liverpool start their title defence. So there's a lot to look forward to, guys. A lot to look forward to. Yeah, don't panic yet, guys. That's all I'm going to say. I think Gravenberch only misses the Bournemouth game RSL because he only misses 1 game. Any update on the new channel? If you put a plug in it, what, the wrestling channel? No, I've not put a plug in it. It's still coming, man. Don't worry. Be up Ty as well says notes that Jones don't like the show for the ball. No, he don't. And that's another thing. What good comment, Ty. When you got Gravenberch there, Gravenberch shows for the ball all the time. Was it Manscaped? No, it weren't Manscaped. I don't even know what this is. It's just like a gold razor. But Manscaped, if you are watching, you want to sponsor the channel, you know what you do. Get in touch with me. Getting caught at the back the day we had Alonso and team's pants on him. We were most vulnerable in the DM pivot places, Bosley on the left wing to get him in. Maybe. No, it's only 3 games to a red card if it's violent play. So it's only 1 game. He only misses the Bournemouth game. Gravenberch. 3 games is only on a red card. It's only if it's violent play. Sort of like what Walton should have got yesterday, a red card before the goal. No, not that one. Picking with Jamie. Julian, man. Julian. Mental landscape with Manscaped, I hear you. But yeah, be out, guys. Much love to all of you. As I say, don't panic yet. We've got 3 weeks left of the window. We didn't play our first team yesterday, and we should have still won. So there's a lot to look forward to, a lot of love. Much love to you guys in the chat, whatever it is you're doing for the rest of the day. Make sure you enjoy it. God bless to all of you. And I'll see you again.